A very good evening to our viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Evening Review. My name is Toivo Njabela, your host. Tonight on the show, we are having the company of Jackson Muma. He is the Corporate Communications Manager of Ongwediva Town Council. They just held a very successful Ongwediva Annual Trade Fair recently, and perhaps thank you, Jackson, for making time. How did that go? I know that you maybe this is the second year after COVID that you held it.
Yeah.
Or was it the second year?
Yeah, second year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So emerging out of COVID and really kicking on again, how did it go this year?
Yeah, thank you, Toyo, for having me today here in the city,
Yeah.
and to our viewers there, very good evening. Yeah, the trade fair came, 2023. It's a 22nd edition. It was actually one of the successful events that one can really note.
Yeah.
Success brought about a lot of factors. One is preparedness by the preparatory committee. Two is the collaboration between stakeholders that play a very major part in the preparation of the trade fair. Third is actually the cooperation, the collaboration with the exhibitors, and the support that the trade fair received from various stakeholders, now inclusive of our visitors, business communities, and all that. So this event aims to promote trade and exhibition, as well as business networking. But now the event as a trade fair, it's moving toward, and in fact it has advanced to the level where it makes impact in the business dealings, in trade. That's why the theme for this year was embracing a sustainable economy, linking smart markets, and we'll talk more about that.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely. 22 years of hosting this event, that's a long time. It's a long time. I did my schooling in Ongwediva, and when I was a small boy, this show, this trade fair was already going on. So it's impressive of the town council and others to have really maintained it. What separates Ongwediva Ongwediva Annual Trade Fair from others? Because I think your trade fair has actually inspired many others in the area and elsewhere in the country. Certainly everybody has a similar event, which I think is a good thing for the country. But what separates you from others?
Yeah, the trade fair of Ongwediva is a strategic approach by the town council of Ongwediva, that it's there as an economic arm of the council.
Yeah.
That is there as a catalyst of trade, promotion, and economic development. If I may put it to say, the town council, as we speak now, the vision of the town is to be a leading urban center in Namibia that is built on quality municipal services and promotes local economic development. So now the wheel of economic development is pegged to the trade fair and many other activities that are meant to that pursuit. Now, the trade fair has, as of recent, 2019, a company was established, a Section 21 company, in the name of Ongwediva Trade Fair Society, that is mandated to run the affairs of the trade fair. And also subsequent to that, a committee has also been established, as it has been running, to do the groundwork and day-to-day operations of the trade fair. Now, the focus of the trade fair for Ongwediva has never been derailed by anything, not even by COVID when it was here. But we have seen the trade fair being resilient after coming out very strong after COVID-19. Although we had to pause for 2 years, the focus remained the promotion of trade, business networking, as well as exhibition, and that is where the focus is. Any other activity that is taking place there, whether it's entertainment or whatever on the side, those are complementing, because you wouldn't have a very satisfying event without entertainment, for instance, where people have to have their drinks, have to eat something, or have to do music and all that.
Yeah.
But really, the separation is to say what distinguished the trade fair of Ongwediva from any other is the focus of the objectives. And the other thing is that the trade fair has been strategically located alongside the road, and it has infrastructures that are accommodating exhibitors, and that also safeguard the well-being of all those that are participating during the trade fair. But not only that, the Trade Fair Center hosts a series of events throughout the year, and that makes it being known by so many people. One example is that the University of Namibia had its graduation ceremony there. NAMCOL normally have their exams being written there. You see some of the expos locally are also hosted there. And this month we will also have an event, a very big event for that matter, which is a competition skills for that will be hosted this month.
Yeah, and I mean we saw also during COVID-19 that I think the center also hosted health personnel there. I think there was a lot of activities happening there. Jackson, the town itself has evolved. I left Ongwediva in 2002 as after completing my high school there. It was predominantly a residential town. Everybody wanted to live in Ongwediva, but now we are seeing pockets of industries also popping up there. How do you, I mean, what is behind this evolution? Is it an attractive investment destination, for example?
Yeah. The trade fair started in 2000, and it has now grown from leaps and bounds. The first 5 years of the trade fair, there has been a theme that is exposing Ongwediva business-wise. That itself has set the town of Ongwediva to reputable investments. You have seen how it was the time you were in Ongwediva. I was also in Ongwediva, and I have been in Ongwediva till today. So we had one service station, that is Ongwediva's engine before Select engine.
Oh yes.
And then Select came by, and then now we have more than 5 service stations in Ongwediva. That is now filling stations. At the time, the town would run out of fuel, and people have to go to other towns to look for fuel. Also, looking at that very time, we didn't have those hotels that we have now. And as we speak, Ongwediva is one of the towns with a lot of accommodation establishment. And that is we are talking of now in terms of a developed tourism industry, because it's not only accommodation facility, but we also have some of the tourism companies that normally, tour guides and all that are in Ongwediva. So, and as we go by, there comes now the Medipark 2004 and 5 there, Benny's Entertainment, there comes now Oshana Mall of recent, Marua Mall and Chico Mall and many other malls around. So, and we talk of accommodation, academic institutions. We know we had the VTC, Valombola, and then the college.
Those years they have the Teachers College.
Exactly, it was
it was the Teachers College and VTC only.
Yes, and only those. But now you have NAST, you have the engineering, Jose Eduardo Santos campus, which is polishing our engineers. And we have IUM, International University of Management, and many others. NAMCOL is there. So, and then the town has invested in servicing land for those upper and lower and middle income earners. The extension 11 at the time. So the town grew to a level where you would be there as you work there, you live there, you do business there, and you satisfy most of the needs in Ongwediva. So maybe to take you back, at the time we were in Ongwediva, 2002-3 there, the police station was just somewhere in under a tree,
Yes.
where the ombudsman office is, just alongside the road.
Yes.
But now we have the police station on its own.
Yeah.
Next to it, there is a fire station that was now well thought, and of recent we received a 5.2 million truck that was bought by council to secure the investment that has been brought in town. And the Ongwediva town is structured in such a way that the industrial area is distant from residential, so that it allows the industrial work to flourish. So, and any other, you know, the land use is so well thought, so that at least the town has its appealing way, the way it is now.
Yeah.
Ongwediva, in fact, it's a peaceful town. That's I have to call it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the police station used to be a caravan. I think it was a caravan.
Yeah, and a tree.
And a tree.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, it's commendable evolution that has taken place there. Before we go for a break, Jackson, walk us through what are the prospects of growth, the geographical growth of the town, because you are sandwiched between villages. And Oshana, this side of, what is it, where we used to play soccer?
The Alpha.
Alpha, this,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
That one is Oshana. There isn't much room for expansion. But what are the prospects of growth there?
Yeah, the town have started from a humble beginning, like we have narrated here, and we've seen it. It was merely 4,000 hectares. In 2012, the town expanded with another 4,000 over there. Now we are talking of 8,917 hectares. So we expanded northward, and as we speak, there has been a plan done already on the portion of the area that was, expanded. So with Omatando 1, 2, and 3 there, 8 extensions were established, and people are now busy buying off their plots at Omatando there. And that was already in 2019 there, 2020. So people have started buying their plots there. So it's quite a very nice plan that was done. And in 2016, the council have implemented what we call integrated spatial development framework, which is guiding coordinated development around town, to say, at this area you need to have this type of development, at this area you need to have this type of development, so that you also change the approach. Because as time goes by, dynamics changes, and the town also needs to go with the changes of time. So the growth prospects for Ongwediva is moving northward, and it's not only for what we know, the traditional land use that we have. We also have incorporated what we call agriculture, urban agriculture, and that is very important, because that area would have now make its way to feed the town in the long run, and that is a developing concept that is coming from Ongwediva. So we have more that is coming. One of it is the council is now looking at the prospect of changing from the oxidation pond. You know, there has been reports of sometimes the oxidation pond being overflowing. Sometimes our people goes there, they want fish, and we are educating them, no, you don't eat fish from the pond because of the nature of the water that is there. Although the fish are needed because of its the ecosystem. We always educate our people. Now the council look at it and say, perhaps because of the town has grown and the capacity might have, gone to that level. So there is a need to have a treatment plant. But when we did quotations and look at the feasibilities and all that, it's quite a capital-intensive exercise, but it's very necessary. And those are now prospects that we are looking at moving forward as the town grows.
Absolutely. We go for a break and then return with Jackson Muma.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouthwatering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
The conversation continues on the evening review. So, Jackson, I have spoken to some of your residents and I just want to put some of their questions to you. One is that the town doesn't have a playground for children. What is being done about that?
Yeah, thank you. I'm happy that you are being proactive. You have engaged the community.
Yeah.
So the town council is hand-on with the leadership of the mayor, Reverend Tara Shalefu, and Mr. Damien Egombo being our CEO. This year, from February to April, we held 12 public meetings around the town so that the council establish what are the concerns in the community, and one of them, it came out handy, is the playground. Now, the council look at it and say, no, at Extension 11, there is a potential land for that, although we have started developing it slowly, previous years, putting up some few benches here and there. The council has now budgeted 2.6 million towards the park at Extension 11, because we need now to do the groundwork to make sure that it's well leveled and there are infrastructure necessary to accommodate people of Ongwediva in that area. But apart from that, this year council also have allocated an amount of 6 million towards the construction of the multi-purpose sport field, which will host different sport codes. And now that project has already kicked off a year ago, so that at least people of Ongwediva have a place to go and, you know, exercise and play their loved sports and all that. So yes, that is what the Council of Ongwediva is doing at the moment regarding the recreations and sport.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
The other one, also from Ongwediva, is that the town is surrounded by bushes, if my English is correct there, and that thieves hide in those bushes to attack residents. What is being done in that regard?
Yeah. The person who just spoke to, I think, is very much following the trends of the town and the happenings. Just few weeks ago, the police have the community have discovered some things that were buried in the area.
In fact, that has been cited.
Extension, yeah, that Extension 19 or so.
Yeah.
Extension 19 is a planned area by council, and we are envisaging it to be serviced very soon. It's just a matter of resources that need to be gathered and ensure that at least service can be done. You know, as for now, when you are servicing this type of area, you need quite a considerable amount of money to put the tire there and the sewer, water, electricity, and all that. So now, in the meantime, the council hosted a cleanup campaign to also debush the area. And that project is a continuous one. Yes, it's true. There are spaces that are normally bushy, and council take cognizance of that. That's why there are projects now to clean up and ensure that at least people are safer, because the safety of our community is a priority for the council. Not only the area that we spoke. Any other area where we find bushes, especially those plots that might have been allocated to individual and may not have constructed this yet or developed, council took an initiative a few months ago to clean those areas, bill the owners, or alternatively inform the owners and the owners of this plot clean up, because we want the town to be safer as much as it's peaceful also. So yeah, there's much that is being done to that regard, but it requires concerted effort from both the residents and the council. Yes.
Another question is that the pedestrian pavements are destroyed, and people who like jogging in the morning or whatever time cannot jog safely because they are now encroaching on the road itself.
Yeah, I'm speaking without conflict of interest because I'm one of the people that jog in the morning in our town. There are some roads, especially Mandume and Fire, from Select Highway Service Station till Extension 11. That road is fitted with a pedestrian walkway. However, it come of age now. So, and many other roads might need that. And I think that is just one thing that council would have to look into and see how best those can be revamped to accommodate the athletes and the people who normally jog. But for information, there is a project by our business people, which is called Run Along, where people normally run every morning just to exercise. And now it's growing. It is most people are participating in that. So when you come in Ongwediva, you see people running. It's well normal. And I think that's it's a very serious concern that we need to look at the pedestrian walkways.
Absolutely. The final question to you, Jackson, is how is the debt situation at your town? Every town is owed so much money by their residents, and town councils are also owing utilities. In those two aspects, briefly, what is the situation at Ongwediva?
The debt situation is very concerning, and council a few days ago also came up with, not few years ago until today, we are running a campaign to encourage our our residents to pay, to honor their monthly bill, with an understanding of the current economic trends. It's not well for everyone, but we are encouraging our people to. So the debt is still going up. Maybe few months when the minister, it was in July, when the Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Honorable Erastus Utoni, inaugurated two projects that is now Extension 15 and Sky Phase 1. The council gave to the public to say you can now connect your sewer for free, which would have cost them 2,000 each. Now, if you count that, it will have been millions. So, with the debt situation going on, we still encourage our residents, whether they live in town or they just have property in town and live somewhere, to honor their municipal bills. And those who cannot do that, through our credit control policy, we have a program where we say you can then come to the office, make an arrangement, and at least you also need to honor that arrangement, an agreement, so you can pay the amount that you can, at the moment that you can pay on installment, and we also look at how best we can go. So in 2019 already, council removed interest on principal debts, and that also assisted because people came on board because they were now relieved from the burden of the interest. So the council is trying to meet people halfway, and some of the some of the residents, property owners, are really doing their best. So we really need to applaud them for that. But those that are still adamant to make their payment, there are also measures that are in place by council to ensure that at least they do that, because you wouldn't want a situation where a town would not have water because the community owes the council.
Absolutely.
In fact, for information, Ongwediva town, I've been to many towns, in fact, it's one of the towns that is honoring its utilities, whether it's electricity, whether it's water, you name it, these things the council is trying.
You had your electricity cut off the other day by...
Yes.
When what was it before cabinet stepped in? Were you just a victim of... you were caught in that thing, or is because you are also not honoring your things to NORAD?
Yeah, no, I can attest to you that Ongwediva town council, it's in good standing with all the utilities, all of them, because it pays its monthly bill on time, and despite the fact that the community owes a certain amount. So what happened, I think it was just something that cut across everyone in the way, and I think with the engagement that we did with NORAD, I think this would not happen anymore.
Jackson, thank you for making time, sir.
All right.
Really good to have you in Windhoek and coming to the platform. We wish Ongwediva the best of luck.
It's my pleasure having at least coming to you for the first time in the show, and I hope you'll be inviting us more often.
You should be coming more.
Yes, please.
Wonderful. That is Jackson Muma. He's the spokesperson of Ongwediva Town Council, updating us on what is happening in that beautiful town of the north.